unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Welcome, Universal fans. This episode is brought to you by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. So let's join the crew as they bring you the latest news from the Universal Orlando Resort and from all around the Universal globe.
Hello everyone and welcome to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, the longest running Universal theme parks podcast. This is episode 135. I'm your host Lee, and joining me as always is my beautiful wife who enjoyed a really nice Mother's Day yesterday, Tracy.
Hello. Did I?
You did, didn't you?
Oh yeah, okay then.
And of course Darren, back from his little mini staycation.
Hello.
He didn't do internet there.
Internet. You didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
What do you say about talking over each other?
Yeah, this is true. And just back, because he hasn't been with us for the last two shows, is Hunter.
Sup, dudes? And dudettes, I guess.
Everybody good?
Oh, yeah?
Good.
I am.
Awesome. Right, well, let's
Yep.
get on with this show, and we shall kick it off with the news.
Will you survive 25? As the haunting season approaches, more information comes out. As this is the 25th year of Orlando's celebrated Halloween event, Universal Orlando have extended it to 30 nights. Yes. Cool. Universal Orlando are giving guests the opportunity to be among the first to book a vacation package that will give them access to the two amazing parks by day and heart-pumping horror of Halloween Horror Nights by night.
Yes.
The recently released press release stated multiple haunted houses are erected throughout the theme park,
Yeah.
revealing the most detailed and terrifying of any movie sets, which could potentially mean that any speculation of this year's event being held over both parks is unfounded. This anniversary event will begin its scares on September 18th and 19th, the 24th through the 25th, the 26th and the 27th, and then October 1st through 4th, 7th through the 11th, 14th through the 18th, 21st through the 25th, 28th through the 31st, and it ends on November 1st.
Okay.
How many nights is it normally?
Well, it's like a week early, so I think it's just a few more days.
It's about 5.
Yeah.
It's strange because remember when they announced the dates after 24 ended last year? Wasn't there like a week or two missing from what you just read off, Darren? Or at least a couple days were.
I think so. But
Because I'm pretty sure Halloween was the last night. They weren't going to do the November dates.
yeah, I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But details about the newly announced Halloween Horror Nights 25 hotel and ticket package are available at halloweenhorrornights.com/Orlando.
Yeah, I priced it up last night just for a laugh. Yeah, no. It was about $1,300, I think, for the four of us to go for one night for Halloween Horror Nights.
Wow.
Staying at, I think it was like the Royal Pacific or something. No, thank you.
Yes, please. Okay.
We could get a...
Now, I wonder if they've reserved so many of those for vacation packages. That's why it's hard to find like Royal Pacific rooms during that time.
Maybe, yes.
Well, I'd actually, after you came up with that on the show before, Darren, I actually went on and had a look, and they were coming up with rooms, but they were bloody expensive.
And what, in the basement?
It didn't say, you didn't really get a choice. It was just a case of a standard room, and they were coming in, like even for the Royal Pacific, at about $340, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And we ended up booking the Hard Rock for the Wednesday that we're there, and that still cost us, I think it was $349.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like £200 and odd for one night in a hotel.
Wow.
But 25 years doesn't happen every year.
And no one knows. But no one knows. All we're going to do as well is walk in, collapse in the bed, wake up the next morning and leave. So we're not actually going to see the room.
That's what we did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But did anybody see the the tweet they put out about the first sort of hint of one of the original houses.
You mean The Walking Dead versus Frozen?
Yeah, Blizzard, wasn't it, was the code name for it, but it said it was original concept, so...
Maybe it's going to be a snow monster or something like that.
Marshmallow. We just talked about this.
Darren, does that excite you as a Halloween Horror Nights staple?
Sure.
I know it's nothing, it's only a code name, but does it make you think, it's like a snowy type thing, could be quite good?
Oh, I hope it's home for the holidays again.
See, I think it's what is it? Winter's Night 2?
Oh, God, that was when was that?
Yeah, it was a
2011?
few years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the cemetery that was all snowed over, right?
It makes me laugh how Hunter
it was
talks.
all right.
Hunter talks like he's been.
Years and years of experience.
Yeah, I'd much prefer the Twisted Christmas one, but we'll see. But from what we've heard, we already have one of those in Krampus.
Yeah, I think
Possibly.
that's a given.
So we don't think it's going to be the torture and crucifixion of Elsa then?
That would be awesome. The thing is,
I vote that.
it would go down really well with Universal fans as well, though, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
some Disney fans.
Olaf goes on a murderous rampage.
Stabbing me with his carrot nose.
Exactly. I'm Olaf, and I like warm blood.
I'm all for that.
You know there'll be something during Bill and Ted this year.
Oh,
at least.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd be very disappointed if there wasn't.
They did last year, didn't they? There was lots of Olaf and
Oh yeah,
Frozen
there
stuff.
was. Yep. They had Big Elsa out on stage.
Oh, that was the do you want to eat a snow cone, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
That was funny.
The what was it? I'm trying to think. I think it was Knott's The Hanging had a pretty hilarious Frozen section
All right,
during their live performance.
that one's apparently a lot more risque than Orlando's, isn't it? The hanging.
Yeah. From what I understand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Right, well, moving on. As we all know, Mardi Gras continues at Universal Orlando this Friday, which is the 20th, with a singer I have never heard of, Becky G.
Nope, got nothing.
I should have cricket noises there. No, I have no idea. Following her, playing on the Saturday night, which is the following night, is another act I've never heard of, Yandel or Yandel. Anybody?
I've just seen a tumbleweed.
No. But then that weekend concludes with a third act on the Sunday night.
Oh, we got to know this one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it concludes at the Love Shack, baby, with the B-52s performing on
Awesome.
Sunday.
We got that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't a rock.
Anybody gonna? Either of you two gonna head down for that one?
No.
No, me either.
I would if I was there.
I would actually.
I would, but it doesn't. The timing didn't work out with my weekend. So
A Sunday night, yeah.
Aren't they always playing in like the Tampa St. Pete area anyways?
yeah, pretty much like at least once a year, if
Yeah.
not more. But this way, I wouldn't have to pay for it. So
That is always a bonus.
yeah.
Cool. So if you can't make it that weekend, then get out next weekend for another act that I have only heard of because of Mardi Gras, when Philip Phillips performs on Saturday, March the 28th.
Who?
Philip Phillips.
So nice, he said it twice.
Nope.
Again, I only know of him because of Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras.
This is his second or third year playing?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Was it just Philip in the first one? Philip Phillips. This year's going to be Philip Phillips.
Maybe. No, I'm not.
His
gonna go
backing band, they're all named Philip too.
there. Philip Phillips and the Phillips.
Philip Phillips and the Phillips.
Yeah. Well, I would like to interrupt this news article and take a break for a little butterbeer preference from Alex.
Oh,
See what I did there? Just changing things up slightly.
Oh, yeah.
Hi there, I want to say hi to Tracy, Lee, Hunter and Darren. This is Alex from the UK and I'm just giving you my butterbeer preference from when I went out to Universal Orlando in October for Halloween Horror Nights. Had an amazing time, Diagon Alley is just awesome. And I had the frozen butterbeer, the regular and the ice cream. Unfortunately couldn't try hot butterbeers, it wasn't available then. And out of all of them, for me, it's got to be Frozen. It was just so refreshing on that hot day. It tasted so much sweeter, more enjoyable. I felt that the regular just got a bit too heavy, and I preferred some of the other flavours in the ice cream shop. So for me, the vote's definitely got to go to Frozen Butterbeer. Thanks again, guys, for the podcast. Awesome as ever. Can't wait to hear the next one. Hope you're all okay. This is Alex from the UK with Frozen Butterbeer.
I need to go back through all the podcasts since the start of the year because I haven't actually been keeping a tally of them yet. But I will. I will promise I will do it.
So I want to confide something in you guys real quick.
Okay. It's just us.
Yeah, just you guys.
Okay.
No, and all the listeners, I don't care. Listen in, this is my private life. Anyways, yesterday we were at the parks, and I actually bought a Frozen Butterbeer for the first time in about a year or so.
Okay.
I just think after having the hot butterbeer the last 3 or 4 times, I just don't like the frozen one as much. Even though it was 80 plus degrees yesterday. I don't know, maybe I'm just desensitized to the magic now.
I'm jaded.
It's been a long
exactly.
time. It's been a long time since I've tried any of them, so I will definitely, we will definitely try all 4 this year and give our final verdict on it.
Absolutely. It'd be wrong not to. I can't even think my words. I'm so incensed by it. We owe it to our listeners.
And to ourselves.
That too.
Yes.
Your wallet.
Now, we've got quite a lot of listener butterbeer preferences in the bag, but we always want more, so how can people send them to us?
You can record an MP3 letting us know who you are and where you're from.
And of course, whether you're team regular. Oh, sorry, I've frozen hot or ice cream, butterbeer. Yeah, and send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Yes, and if you are voting Frozen, you can go to speakpipe.com/UUO podcast on your mobile device or PC and leave them there. Any other ones, you want to go to speakpipe.co.uk/UUD podcast. And all you need is make sure you have a microphone if you're doing it on the computer there.
Definitely.
.co.uk. It's been a while.
It has been a while. .cook. Right, well, we shall continue on with the news.
Can you smell something cooking? Well, it's not The Rock, but Impact Wrestling is returning to Universal Orlando Live. You can catch upcoming TNA wrestling events live at the Impact Zone.
I didn't know wrestling had that. I would watch it more if that was the case.
Exactly. I mean, we all would. Right, Tracy?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be there. Front row.
There we go. Whole new definition to a ladder match, which is in Soundstage 20. Live tapings took place on March 13th to 16th, which I tried to go, but Kim wasn't into it.
Really?
Yep. Well, they were actually, the strangest thing, the park closed at 10 o'clock last night, right? And as guests were leaving, they were trying to pull them into the soundstage for the recording. So I'm presuming it went on fairly late.
I never had you down as a wrestling fan, Hunter.
I'm not. I just want to watch people smack each other. Plus it's TNA now,
Fair enough.
So, I mean,
Just go to the Philip Phillips concert.
Philip Phillips and the Phillips.
Yeah.
So live tapings took place on March 13th through the 16th, and you can be there as they tape more shows on April 23rd through the 25th. The showtime starts at 7 o'clock p.m. The park guest line opens 1 hour prior to showtime, and guests with park tickets should visit the Studio Audience Center, which is at Lost and Found, for instructions on how to attend the taping. If you do not have park admission, you should head to the courtyard outside the Blue Man Group box office. These events are non-ticketed, and seating is based on a first-come, first-seated basis, and park admission is not required.
Brother.
Can you get to the Lost and Found without a park ticket then? Or is that for ticket holders? Hang on, let me read that again.
I think that's inside the park. Yeah. I think you can go outside. Yeah, go outside to Blue Man Group if you don't have one. If you do, you can go to Lost and Found.
Ugh.
I actually attended one of these tapings, I want to say about 2 years ago. It was a good way to spend an evening. It's not really my sort of thing, but it's pretty cool that they do these things for free.
It's still quite interesting to see like a live show put on in front of you, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And they're always fun to get you hyped up. So
Absolutely.
wish they'd make their minds up whether it is back or it's not back. Because it keeps coming
This
back
is true.
and then going and then coming back and then, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're on tour for part of the year, and then they just have a couple of dates that they didn't have tours for, so they talked to Universal and got the stage back for it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about making an impact. Am I right?
I need to get some more sound effects. Now we're back on doing the mixer. I need more sound effects because I need a bum bum.
If we're gonna do that, you need to insert the what is it? The Peter Griffin cover of Rock Lobster
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Right. So when the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley opened, many people who waited in those 6-hour lines for Escape from Gringotts came off thoroughly disappointed, said it didn't live up to their expectations. Well, many more guests who visited Universal Studios Florida a few weeks ago were left even more disappointed as the ride was closed for routine maintenance, unbeknownst to many of the visiting guests. So Tom Schroeder said the ride was just closed for some off-season maintenance and would reopen over the weekend, which it did.
Okay.
But for many people whose visit to Universal Orlando over that period, it might have been their first and possibly only visit, were left demanding an explanation over social media, including a flurry of posts on Twitter from guests angry with park officials. Now, as can often be found at Universal Orlando, the ride's entrance was guarded by Universal employees. And when asked why the ride was closed, the team members would give no explanation for the closure, which left people very disgruntled. Signs were put up announcing the ride's closure later that week at the entrance to Universal Studios Florida, but I'm sure that lots of people left Universal Orlando that week with a bitter taste in their mouths.
I
No.
know.
And not from the cold butterbeer.
No. Because that's one thing. Normally you can... Delayed reaction there, Darren.
Took me a second.
Yes, we're quick to jump on Disney, but that's one thing. You can usually go online and find out what's going to be down with them, and that's all it takes is just a little bit of information put out there, and it's managing expectation. If people know it's going to be down, yes, they're going to be disappointed, but they're not going to be angry when they get there because their plans have gone awry.
Well, I know from putting the show notes together for the show for the last 4 years that ride refurbs is something that Universal don't really make available. Disney, you can go on their website and every closure, obviously within reason, because I know they sometimes do stuff, they'll bring it forward or they'll push it back. But as a rule, you can go on and have a look months in advance for when they're going to do ride closure. And it's something that Universal don't do. You struggle to find anything official.
Well, from what I understand, this is not routine maintenance.
Me either.
That would cause
Right.
this issue.
I heard something.
Darren, you heard something too, right?
Yes.
Okay, are we allowed to talk about that, or?
If it's what I've heard of, apparently it's utter hogwash, but go on.
I don't know because it's still inactive. Well, I'm sure a few of our listeners have heard as well. Supposedly, okay, spoiler alert for anyone who wants to go in untainted onto Escape from Gringotts, but supposedly in the final scene where Voldemort and Harry are having their clash, or the trio are having their clash, and the dragon escapes from the bank. The scene, there's a section in the kind of like the dome room that you're in where part of the screen lifts up, and that's controlled by a Kuka arm. Problem is, during the technical rehearsals before park opening or later that evening, not sure which, the Kuka arm did not lift, so the ride vehicle slammed straight into the screen.
Oh.
Hence, it was closed down for a few days while they resolved that issue. And actually, when I was there yesterday, the screen is still not in place. And we went on a few times yesterday due to the short wait time. There's just the big black hole where that Kuka arm should be lifting the screen up.
So that's interesting. That's why I heard that the ride vehicle crashed. But then people said that when they were testing the ride, and apparently that was unfounded as well. So whether it's...
But there's a gaping hole there, so something's...
Yeah, I think
happened.
either people came up with the idea after they saw that it was missing, or it happened. It actually, that's how it went down. So,
But then surely if they closed it for routine maintenance, when you open it back up, everything should be up and running, surely.
Depends on the demand.
With the exception of something like this, yeah.
But I'm saying if your excuse for closing it down was for some off-season maintenance, surely when you open it back up, everything should be working, because that was the point of closing it in the first place.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which actually, when we were in there yesterday, you guys have probably heard about the fog machines that are supposed to activate in that room.
Yes.
They were actually running at full blast yesterday, but they didn't really serve their purpose because that screen was open anyways.
Because that's something a lot of people have complained about, haven't they, that those fog screens weren't really working properly.
Yeah, because they'll kind of like the two forces that be Voldemort and the trio kind of like meet in the middle, and then halfway through when the fire and the spell combines, right? There's supposed to be a whole bunch of fog in that room that fills up, and that hides the screen lifting up. Problem is that screen has just been lifting up without the fog activating, kind of ruining the effect. So now it's vice versa. The fog's on, but the screen's just, gone.
And now you guys know everything about the ride pretty much.
Oh, we know all that anyway.
That's just the final scene. I think that's the weakest scene, personally, but...
It is now.
I wanted to bring up something that you posted on our Facebook page yesterday, actually, Hunter, when you were there, about the Forbidden Journey. You mentioned that the Dementor room had changed a little bit.
Yeah, at least because ever since I got my pass renewed, we've been going, once or twice every month. But yesterday when we were there, it seemed like a lot of the objects, Darren, you go a little bit more often than me, so maybe it was just in the month that I haven't been there. Are you closer to the dragon and the Whomping Willow now, or does it just feel that way?
I don't know. I thought previously on those scenes that was pretty much extending the Cook Arm as far as it went safely at those points. I don't know if they are able to extend it any further, but that's not something I had noticed. But
also, it might have affected it because I can't remember or tell you how many times I've sat in all the way to the right as far as the bench is concerned. But that seat does tend to get you the closest to objects, at least from what I've read online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Particularly the dragon. That puts you face to face with the dragon.
Which seat was that again?
Pardon me?
Which seat was that?
All the way to the right. So the fourth seat the very last seat you can get on the bench.
So if you're facing it to the right, like not if you're sat in it, it'll be the one right to the left.
If you're sitting in it, he's talking about the one on the right.
So
yes.
Yeah.
So the last one to see everything, basically.
Okay,
yes.
right. So if you're stood facing the bench, it's the left-hand seat.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
So you're closest to, I want to say, Aragog is directly in front of you. The dragon is all the way to the right. The Dementors are primarily in the middle as well. But during the dragon, you're very, very close. Same for the Whomping Willow. So a little bit of tidbit if you want to get really close to stuff, I guess. But what he's referring to is yesterday when we were on Forbidden Journey, maybe our eyes were adjusted a little bit better because we spent a little bit of time in the queue. Like I said, only about 20 minutes or so. But you could definitely see more Dementors in that room instead of just the two main Dementors in that room. So of course there's the one, as soon as you go through Salazar Slytherin's mouth, right? There's the one that's kind of floating there, and then there's the one that actually does the soul sucking with the face capture and everything, right?
Yeah.
But in the background there, you could actually see pretty clearly yesterday, there's 3 additional ones that are just floating there as well. And then when you guys might know what I'm talking about, right after the soul sucking scene where you pretty much go completely on your back again and you're kind of looking straight up at the ceiling, you could actually see some extra Dementors on the ceiling as well. Which kind of refers to, I think we've talked about it on the show before when I did my Fact Hunter, but supposedly that's been in there since ride opening. But J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers actually requested it to be turned off due to the ride being too intense.
Do you know that rings a bell?
Yeah, there's supposed to be tons in there, isn't there?
Yeah, and also the Dementors features, you could actually see what I presume was blacklight paint on them because it actually highlighted some of the more skeletal features of the Dementors. It didn't just look like a Nerf ball with a flashlight in his mouth.
Okay.
Like you could actually see like the skeleton part of it. Very, very, very creepy, though. I'm excited to get back and write it again and just see if that effect's still in place.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Awesome. Right.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just
thought you were going to say
No,
something.
I'm just digesting all of that. I'm just thinking I can't wait for October.
Yeah, I just want to get back on it. So I don't care whether there's more Dementors. I just want to get there.
It's still top 3 attractions in the park.
Yes, Hunter. We were ready to chastise you. It's a good job you weren't on the last show, by the way, because some of your choices in that top 6 were,
Questionable.
head-scratchingly questionable.
I'll have to go back and listen now.
Oh, yes, you should.
Mm-hmm. And hang your head in shame.
Also, just real quick, if I can make just 2 quick comments about the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
You can make one.
Choose.
Choose wisely.
Choose thy
Which
question.
one is actually the Grail? First thing first, we actually rode Gringotts in the 3rd row. So first vehicle, 3rd row. That is easily the best ride we've had on Gringotts yesterday. We usually get situated towards the back in the 2nd car. And I understand as stadium style seating, supposedly they're all the same. It's really not. The 3D is a heck of a lot better in that 1st car, preferably in the 3rd row.
Good to know.
What else was I going to say? Actually, that might be it.
All right. Well, there's your one.
You've made your choice.
That's a trade-off, though, because you want to go through hopefully multiple times to get different spots, too, because the very back seat is awesome when they do the first drop.
It is, but it's so short, I don't even know if I felt that much of a difference, because we rode Gringotts 2 or 3 times yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really enjoyed it both times, though.
We haven't ridden it at all yet.
Also, this was the other thing I was going to say. It was about Men in Black, actually. They're actually doing the full, complete pre-show again.
Awesome.
So elevator was closed. He walked in. He introduced us. The crowd groaned about him doing his 3-hour presentation, which I told Zach, hey, Zach, if you're listening, I was excited for your presentation. So actually, he started the narration, and then when the elevator opened it up, he was standing there with his gun in the full suit.
Brilliant.
So I thought that was so cool. Yeah.
That
Good.
makes me so happy.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Hurry
love
up,
that.
October.
It's not long. Cool. Right. Well, that's going to do it for the first section of the show. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be heading on location with Gregory as he sits down at Mythos with the owner of Orlando.
Wait. There's another very important news item.
Go on then.
Fast and Furious 7 cars are at Universal Orlando.
Oh, yes.
So if you want to, take a picture next to Dom's car, you can. So
Good point.
they're in.
That was
they're in.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they are awesome. They're looks like Vin Diesel's car, the Dom's car, the GTO, right? Yeah, GTO.
If you say so.
Yeah, that it looks like it's probably the same one from the first time they brought him around, and that was when I was 18. So for the first Fast and Furious movie, so it was kind of cool seeing them back in the park again. But they are located kind of catty corner from the time train from Back to the Future, in the area between like the Kid Zone and Springfield. So
Cool.
Yeah.
They've got like photo ops and stuff in the park. I like that they do that. It gives you something else a little different.
yeah, and
to do.
it's I think it's 3 of the cars that are up there, so it's a pretty big display.
Yep.
Very cool. Awesome. Right. Well, now we'll take a quick break then.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that definitely needed to be in there. That's the biggest bit of news on the show so far. In fact, it
I'm
could
not
quite
questioning
possibly
that. I'm
be
just questioning whether we're taking a break.
Oh, we are taking a break.
Good, because I need a wee. No, don't
Is taking a break?
And when we come back, we shall be going on location with Gregory at Mythos, as I said, with the new owner of Orlando and former, Mr. Taylor Strickland. Diagon Alley is now open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are a Universal Parks and Resorts specialist, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP. Because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone at 832-284-4002 or toll free on 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
What's up, everybody? This is Gregory, today on location inside Mythos at Islands of Adventure. Today I have a guest with us. Actually set this up before some big news broke, but I'll let him introduce himself. Taylor Strickland.
Hey guys, I'm Taylor Strickland. I am the new owner of Orlando Informer. We're the largest universal vacation planning website.
Awesome, awesome. So people listening to this have probably discovered it, but let's pretend they haven't.
Right.
Why would someone come to Orlando Informer if they were traveling?
Right, so we have over 500 pages of universal information, anything to do with the rides, shows, food, the meal deal, basically anything that happens at Universal, we have a page on it, and we have the most information on the internet usually about it.
So you suggest people just go ahead and just get started directly from the homepage?
Right. They can just go to orlandoinformer.com, and then we have an index page with an index of all of our Universal pages, and then we also have new articles almost every day, and usually that has to do with Universal.
Awesome, awesome. So we're recording this day after Mardi Gras. We had originally intended to record over at Vivo. Some schedule complications. We're recording the day after, but we're checking out Mythos. So I just on Angus's suggestion grabbed the potion of the god. He described it as a must drink.
Must drink.
It comes in a souvenir cup.
Okay.
Some cherries. Very girly looking drink. But said it was a must drink. So.
Okay, I'm going to describe his reaction while he's drinking. So he's looking down at the drink. He doesn't have much emotion at the moment. He's thinking about it.
It's a very fruity drink. It's really good. It's not my type of drink, but maybe we'll get the job done, I think. So,
would you say it's a must-have?
For me, so far, no, not a must-have. Very delicious drink, and if you're on vacation, this might be the type of drink that you want. The suggestions I've gotten so far, that's just a couple, since we had to reschedule, we had a last-minute thing. I like to get suggestions from Twitter. The first one has already arrived. Trigger Nell suggested the butter.
The butter.
Now, the butter here is kind of famous. A lot of people think it's just at Mythos, but they do it at most of the in-park, sit-down, full-service restaurants. Lombards. I think I've seen it at Finnegan's.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Finnegan's.
But stamps with the Universal logo, just fantastic. And then what is the rosemary bread? Yeah, rosemary bread. Nice way to get the meal appetized.
They've changed their menu a lot over the past couple of years. I remember probably 5 years ago when I started coming to Mythos. They had, this was resort-wide for all the sit-down restaurants. They had a huge variety of dessert shots, which have now they've limited down to probably, I think, like 5 or 4 different dessert shots. And then I know they've messed around with the menu specifically for Mythos as well. They've changed the salmon a lot. The salmon used to be on a cedar plank, and now it's no longer on a cedar plank, and now they've, I think, changed the ingredients as well, because I don't think there's ever any onions or peppers, which there are now.
So Mythos has got a lot of flack recently. The Disney hipsters visited for the first time, and a lot of people recommended Mythos. Their exact words were, I believe, if you like Applebee's, you'll love Mythos. They have a sign out front that lauds best theme park restaurant 6 years in a row. The sign doesn't mention
it's a couple years
how
ago.
long ago that 6-year run was. I believe it ended in 2006.
That's I think 2008, but 2007,
it's
somewhere.
been 5+ years. Easy. Is this the same Mythos?
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say it's an Applebee's for many reasons. For one, the theming is above and beyond Applebee's, obviously. I still think the food is above Applebee's. I don't think it's at the same level it was 5 years ago. I just think it's hard to sustain a restaurant the same way for 5 years. I mean, Cowfish is having a problem doing it for 2 weeks, so I mean, Mythos is doing better, but I don't know.
I look at Universal Dining, you pay a little more,
Right.
to have a full-service sit-down meal, and the quality is immensely better than your chicken tenders, your hamburgers. For only a couple bucks more, I mean, looking at the sandwiches are in the $12 range. If you're paying $10 to get a burger over at Burger Digs, why not pay a couple bucks more, get the sandwich here, have unlimited refills if you're on your soft drinks, have a server, have a more relaxed time. I get it, in a theme park you need those quick meals because people want to get back to the rides. But if you've got the time, spend the extra money, go to Mythos. I was listening to people getting reservations earlier. Reservations same day, easy to get.
Oh yeah.
I've never had a problem at any of the Universal restaurants except on like peak days where eating is going to be an issue.
Right. That's a question we get a lot in Orlando Informer is how far in advance do I need to make reservations for lunch or dinner? And what I always say is, how I've always done it, is this what I suggest, which is the morning that I'm visiting, I will go on my phone and, it used to be Open Table. I noticed Mythos changed the Next Table, and I know all the new restaurants are using Next Table as well. Cowfish excluded, which is a little bit more complicated. But I just make the reservation that morning, and you can actually change it from your phone too. So, you make it for noon, you're in line for a ride at, 10:30, you can just change it on your phone. Or you can cancel it right there, and I've never had a problem with missing a reservation. Besides, in City Walk, kind of, at the newer restaurants, they do get booked. But as far as Mythos goes, I don't think they ever fill up on reservations that I've seen.
Sushi with a fork. That's really good. Most tempura shrimp sushi rolls will only fry the shrimp and roll the sushi around it. This one, they tempura battered the entire roll and then flash fried that.
So let me ask you something. How much sushi have you tried at Cowfish?
Most of it.
So what do you think in comparison?
It's obviously going to be, for the fusion rolls, it's going to be a lot more than, well, not a lot more, but in the theme park range, it is pricey. The burgers are a lot better deal as far as, what you get for what you pay.
Right.
But as far as quality goes, the sushi is really good. I mean, it's my sushi restaurant of choice if I had the money.
Okay.
If not, I'm going to probably just hit up my local place, but the quality is definitely there. And then, of course, you've got the burgushi options that really open it up. Although they just removed I think anything with bison on the menu, so the buffalushi's gone. There was a turkey and bison burger, I believe. Yeah. It's gone. They also removed the togarashi shrimp from the appetizers. All right, so the food has arrived.
Right. So we got the salmon here. It's changed a lot, like I mentioned, over the years. It's probably the same size, and I know the price has gone down a couple $, but there's no more plank. I ordered mine plain, but it usually comes with onions and peppers. So I'm sure that probably adds some flavor that would probably be missing from the cedar plank, because the cedar plank added a lot of kind of a flavor to the salmon. So I'm gonna take a bite now. Right. So it tastes fresh. It's missing something from what it used to be. I still think it's what I'd eat if I'm coming to Mythos.
All right, on Mighty Lauren's recommendation, I got the fish tacos. They come with like a side of salsa. I'll put a little bit in my taco here. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of flavor until we really got to the middle. You definitely want to put that salsa in the taco. That's really where most of the flavor's coming from. But definitely lighter fare if that's what you're looking for. Those are like the heavier fares you're gonna get in like any of the Harry Potter restaurants.
Right.
This might be what you're looking for in a theme park environment.
And a general rule of thumb when it comes to the Harry Potter restaurants, I hear a lot better reviews on Three Broomsticks opposed to Leaky Cauldron. I know Leaky Cauldron has some good stuff, but as far as this overall opinion goes, usually the better reviews come from Three Broomsticks. Funny story with Leaky Cauldron, we were both there the first day of soft opening.
Yeah.
So, that was my first day on Potter Watch or whatever. And I don't think you believed me when I said today's the day, I'm so ready and everything. And so we walk in, and I don't know where you went, but I ended up going to Leaky Cauldron somehow. I think I was hungry, maybe from sitting out there for a couple hours or whatever. So we walk in there, and it's extremely dark. Like, extremely, extremely dark. So we're like, okay, maybe this is, JK, she made Universal make it really dark, because, that sounds like something she'd do. And Universal's like, no, and JK's like, yes, and we're like, okay. So, ends up, the lights in the middle of us eating just turn on, and the restaurant's, like, completely lit. And then a couple minutes later, they go off again. Turns out they were having power problems, so they were still seating guests throughout their power issues, but just mid-meal, the light would go on and off.
Yeah, that's why it's very important when you're talking about a soft opening,
right?
As that very much was. The time only the Hogwarts Express had been running for a couple of days with at least public guests.
Mm-hmm.
Take everything into account. They really need people to go through to test it, but things are going to go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And they very much did.
And Gringotts was a whole nother animal. It didn't even open up then, did it?
Until opening day.
Yeah. So that was another...
But it's one of those things where, depending on who was telling you things,
mm-hmm.
you would get a very much different picture.
Oh, yeah.
People that were getting information from people who were working on the Hogwarts Express were saying it's going to open in like May.
Right.
Maybe even earlier. But people that were working on Gringotts were like, it's not going to open until September.
Oh, yeah, there were some really late estimations from the Gringotts team.
But now that you look back on it, you can see the whole picture. Gringotts really wasn't ready until September.
Oh, no, at the earliest. I mean, if you want to argue just, like, consistently reliable, I wouldn't say until this month, probably, that it got where it's not breaking down very often at all. I know it got down to a 10-minute wait this week. Yeah, earlier this week. There were some rumors that ended up not being true at all, but they were pretty funny. I think we reported on one. We obviously try not to report fake rumors, but it does happen every once in a while, and this was before I was completely on board with our content. I was involved with the forums a lot longer than I was the front page of Orlando Informer. So I think we reported that Gringotts had fallen off the track, like one of the ride vehicles had not completely fallen off, but one of the wheels kind of came off, and that was a major issue. That didn't end up happening, but there were some definitely fun stories.
Yeah,
as far as
stories I've heard include Joe seeing the rock work and saying, no, this is the wrong color.
Oh, yeah.
And so the entire thing had to be repainted. Early simulations that, this wasn't actual cars, but simulated cars, they just couldn't get the timing of the screen removal, and so they would keep simulating crashes. Now, they had to be very careful. Anybody who was, I don't even think I said anything when I got that text, because it was just so easy to be misheard. And so people would be like, oh, Gringotts is crashing. And that's not entirely true.
There were some rumors that I did crash, though. I don't think it ever happened, but there were some rumors of
collisions.
Yeah.
There were, I got reports of car collisions and brake runs and stuff like that. But that's not too uncommon early on.
I know there was a fake report that it came into the station spinning, and like all the rails got knocked down and everything. That wasn't true, but that was a fun one.
We're a bit removed from Harry Potter Celebration. As I'm aware, you didn't attend.
No.
But how was it received by people that did go?
Mostly good reviews. I don't think people were completely satisfied with the meet and greets. I know some people missed out on them, or they didn't get the opportunity. I think everybody who did get that opportunity enjoyed it. I know I heard a couple people who say, I wish it was more than kind of just meet and greets, because that's what a lot of it entails is, the 4 or 5 celebrities they have, and just kind of showing them off. From an overall perspective, I think it's amazing from Universal's standpoint, where they take a weekend that was probably one of the slowest of the year and just turn it into, this, all the hotels sold out. I don't know all of them. I know Cabana did. But just overall, a huge weekend for Universal when it was nothing before.
I was able to attend just one of the days, and seeing how it went from the first year to the second year, there were definitely improvements made.
Oh yeah.
But I think the biggest complaints are not how that was executed, but in what the whole experience is. What do we actually want from a Harry Potter celebration? And for me, I want to see a nighttime spectacular that is Harry Potter, whether it be in Islands of Adventure or it be in use the Cinespec technology.
Yeah.
I want it to be longer. If you can get stars, that's great. But I think a lot of what they do already could just be kind of shuffled around. I love the discussions now at the main stage, though I think having those at night, if it's at the main stage, might be better because with the sun glare, very hard to see. Like it's at the Mina Lina, and all of that is just pictures of what they do, and a lot of it was very tough to see because of the sun.
I think the streaming, I know they involved a lot more streaming this year. I think that helped them because I'm sure they were planning on continuing it, and that probably helps guests, say, oh wow, this would be something I want to attend next year. As far as nighttime shows go, I'd love to see that too, but the feeling I get would be that JK would have a lot to say, and that would take a lot longer than it should just because of her approval process.
This is what the fans want. Give it to them.
Yeah. I'm sure right now one of the show designers is listening to this and just cringing at the thought that they have to work with JK.
But I mean, if when we first saw Halloween Horror Nights use Cinespectacular as a different way of kind of setting the mood, I thought for sure
that'd be every year.
This is kind of what we'd see. Not with that too in Halloween Horror Nights, but that we'd see it kind of applied to anything special. And we have seen it with like One Direction, or New Year's thing, which is really just a way to show music. But they have been using it in some aspects, but in Harry Potter is the draw to the studios right now, and to not make use of that in some way, it's just disappointing. I wasn't there, but seeing the video of the opening of Hogsmeade, incredible show, the castle projection, and you're just like, why can't they do this always, or at least on special occasions?
I don't know what they could do specifically, but I know, projection mapping is becoming a bigger thing. With Avatar, there's a lot of talk about that. And then Universal tried it out a couple years ago at Halloween Horror Nights. And a lot of times Halloween Horror Nights is used, for testing for what you're going to see, in real attractions later on.
Yeah.
And I know, I wish they'd use, projection mapping more at either Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley during, it could just be like a special thing, you can only see it during the celebration.
Yeah. If this nighttime spectacular at IOA ever happens.
Yeah. One day.
Well, I'll be honest, I haven't been in Islands of Adventure for more than 20 minutes in a very long time. I've been purposely avoiding the monster in the room, so to speak, so as to when it actually happens, I will be taken more by surprise just because I haven't seen it.
Right.
I'll glance at a picture on Twitter, but I mean, when you're doing massive construction like that, if you can not see it progress and then see it, it's that more impressive.
I brought the whole blueprints. You didn't want to see them?
So let's talk about that.
I'm really excited about that.
What do we have a suspected timeline of announcement, and where are the current rumors pointing towards open?
The announcement is something that's up in the air at the moment from what I'm told. That's something that I like to know a lot more about opposed to the regular fan, because at Orlando Informer we're trying to get the information as quick as possible to people planning a vacation. So it's pretty frustrating when Universal wants to move around an announcement a lot, which they kind of did with Harry Potter. And they're kind of starting to do with Kong. As far as opening date, the end of this year is what a lot of people think, and then a lot of other people think next year.
Yeah, I think it would be very difficult to open this year, because even all those rumors say the busiest time of the year, which is Christmas, right?
Right.
So like that's their best hope, is that it would be open by Christmas, and that's not the time when you want to ramp up your training and your. I mean, this is just me. Universal could totally open by Christmas. It's fine with me.
If it was me, I wouldn't be opening it this year either. I'd be opening it next year.
But yeah, just even if it's technically ready to open, that's not something you want to suggest your new crew to.
Right. That's something they've never done before. So, you know.
If they are on track, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a January soft.
January would be my bet. Going on the record. I don't think I've ever said that before, so you heard it here first.
On the record.
January. Hold it to me.
You heard it here first. Probably not, because I got to edit it and put it out later this month. So.
Yeah, I'll tweet it before he posts it. So really, my Twitter followers get it first. But
we were just talking off air about Twister. Twister's replacement was rumored to be a lot of things. Still, as far as I know, nothing solid has been like thrown out there.
Right.
Doesn't mean it has or hasn't been thrown out there. Just that no one seems to be saying this is for sure it.
I'd say it's been thrown out there, and I'd say some people are convinced, but there's a lot of other people who think it's other things, and you know.
Now, what do you want to see? Yeah. What do you want to see as a replacement to Twister? You know, even if it's not a specific thing, what kind of characteristics of an attraction would you want to see?
I wanted to see a kind of a complement attraction. I don't want it to be, you know, the big ticket attraction, but I think New York kind of needs more, and I don't think Twister is the more it needs. I think it needs kind of like a oomph behind Mummy. So I'd look to see a small experience, probably involving where it's located, which, you know, happens to be in New York. You know, some kind of experience in New York.
Some kind of experience in New York.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of benefit to having an attraction that doesn't necessarily garner huge waits. A lot of people equate huge waits to attraction's popularity or its effectiveness or whatever. I think there's a lot of benefit to having an attraction that consistently has a wait of 10 minutes, 15 minutes that people can do and get through. I definitely want to see special effects remain. This is still the studios. And it feels like a lot of the newer attractions are kind of moving away from that movie making feel. So really you've got kind of Twister in a sense and Disaster as your two kind of movie making experiences, and I'd like to see something that stays true to that kind of movie making experience. Maybe make it a little more interactive with the audience. I never got to do the old Ghostbusters show.
Right.
I do remember seeing the Ecto one as a kid, but past that, I never did the old Ghostbusters show. So I would love to see something like that return, seeing as that is kind of their area, even though the firehouse was desecrated.
You know, Project Rumble took a blow at that one, as it did many other things. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a good step in the right direction as far as what I've heard they're going towards, just because opposed to like Fast and Furious, which I mean it would fit in New York, but it's not a exact match for New York, opposed to, you know, kind of a New York experience, which, you know, fits right in.
We have King Kong coming back.
We do.
And that's really one of the biggest lost attractions ever.
It's not confirmed. It could be the Iowa, you know.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
You're correct.
But if we do have King Kong coming back,
speaking in generalities,
yeah.
King Kong's coming back. We've also lost, Back to the Future. We've lost Jaws. Are these guys coming back in any way, long term?
Not anything that I've heard, and I don't even think. I think a lot of people look towards, the 25th anniversary and kind of say, oh, maybe they'll do, some tributes to like Jaws and stuff. I don't even know how much of a tribute we're gonna have for, the 25th anniversary of Universal. I know Jaws just is very, very popular. I mean, if you look at our, Orlando Informer's social media, since I've taken it over, our most popular post was a Jaws joke. I posted a joke about the Super Bowl, they have the shark and Jaws, and by far it was the most popular. And you look at the comments of that, and it's, all bring back Jaws, bring back Jaws. So I think it's something guests would like to see. And I think, if you're taking surveys and you reflect that, then eventually you might see something. But I don't think it's anything that's in the plans right now to bring back any former attractions beyond Kong.
So bigger things long term. There's a water park.
There is a water park
being bandied about.
Or it could be a new hotel.
Or it could be a new
Or both. There could be a new hotel and a water park.
But Universal's kind of shoehorned into this space. And every once in a while you hear there's going to be a third park of some sort.
Right.
How?
That's far enough away where I haven't heard a thing about. It's something I'm super excited to see because I think it will continue the tradition of, kind of immersive lands, which we touched on a little bit ago, but, kind of like the Harry Potters, the Springfields and everything, of kind of making everything one cohesive thing and upselling food, merch, all that. So I would expect to see that in the new park. I would say every single land is going to be, really immersive. I'd expect to see, kind of little details across the whole land. If you look at Seuss where it is now and you compare it to like Hogsmeade, I'd say we're going more towards a Hogsmeade style of theming more than a Seuss. Which there's nothing wrong with, Seuss, but
right. I want to walk through Hill Valley.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen. That's all I ask. We're kind of wrapping up our meal here. So let's move into the last segment. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Okay. Originally, I was going to try and do exactly the same one every time. This is probably really close to the same one because I wrote it both times.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to rewrite this, so I got to make sure I record this somewhere so I can reuse the same one the rest of the year. All right? So rapid fire. Most of them are either or. You pick one quickly. All right, so fire ice.
Fire.
All right, Spidey or Transformers?
Transformers.
FJQ or Gringotts Q?
Gringotts.
All right, Gringotts or FJ as a whole experience?
Oh, Gringotts by far.
Okay, Triwizard Spirit Rally or WADA?
Or who?
Or WADA, Wizarding Academy of Dramatic Arts?
The latter.
Okay, Celestina or Frog Choir?
Celestina by far.
Okay, Wand experiences in Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley.
Popeyes, Ripsaw, or Jurassic Park?
That's three. That's not fair.
Pick one.
Ripsaw.
Ripsaw. Horror makeup or Beetlejuice?
Horror makeup.
Animal actor or Fear Factor?
Neither.
One Fish, Two Fish, or Twirl and Hurl?
One Fish, Two Fish. Better song.
If I Ran the Zoo or Camp Jurassic?
Camp Jurassic.
All right. Curious George or Fievel?
Neither.
Barney or Oh the Stories You'll Hear?
Oh, All the Stories You'll Hear by far.
Hulk or Mummy?
Hulk.
Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley.
Studios or Islands?
Studios.
Vivo or Antojitos?
Vivo.
Hot dog or bread box?
Neither.
Cow or fish?
Cow.
Sci-fi or horror mini golf?
Horror.
And lastly, butterbeer, chilled, frozen, hot, or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. I think you're the first for ice cream.
So have you done those yet? What are your...
I have not done this yet. But one day I'm going to flip it.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to do it.
Sounds like a fun time.
Because I don't know how I'll go on a lot of these. But there's the thing.
There's some tough ones.
I change all the time. I'm feeling Transformers one day, but Spidey has more originality and more physical things, and
Definitely.
yeah, there's a lot more elements there. But Transformers just feels faster.
It does.
And so it's how I feel on the day, I guess.
Yeah, the Ripsaw Popeye one was a tough one.
Ripsaw, really?
Yeah. Well,
I could never go Ripsaw. I hate those logs.
I have a
so
friend
much
who very much. I don't know if all of the listeners know this, but Ripsaw was originally going to be a lot more than it.
There was more to it. Yeah.
Yes. And it was one of those things that was budget cut at the last minute. It wasn't meeting the schedule or the budget or both. So a lot of changes ended up happening there. But I have a friend who believes that it is basically a carnival ride. That the theming, everything, it is basically what you see at a carnival. So I disagree.
I see where he's coming from.
Right. So part of that was to make him mad. But part of it, I think Popeye is the best, type of that ride there is.
Definitely.
But I think I enjoy Ripsaw just because the drop on Ripsaw is a lot more enjoyable.
So Mythos, as it stands now.
As it stands now.
All right. Let's pick a couple categories here. Theming as far as looks are concerned.
I'd give it a 10.
10. Okay. Taste.
That's the one. As of now, I'm gonna say a 6.5.
6.5. Value.
Probably like a 5.
Value in a theme park environment.
Probably like an 8.
Okay. I mean, context here. This isn't what you're getting at home for the same price.
It's not Applebee's.
Speed of service.
6, 7. Let's go 7.
Right now, and falling as we're waiting for the checks.
Yeah, we've been waiting a while for that, but before that, it was okay.
And just availability.
It's not open a lot at night, and I know during the busier season it can run like a 45-minute, 60-minute wait if you don't have a reservation. So probably like a 6 maybe.
But in comparison to, say, I don't even know what you would compare this to at a Disney park.
Yeah.
I mean, would this compare to like a sci-fi drive-in?
It could. I don't know. It could. In comparison to that, it's probably better. But
I gotta say, 10 on looks. Taste was. Appetizers and bread were honestly better than my meal.
Yeah, the bread's great here.
Rosemary bread, butter. But the fish tacos were okay as long as you had enough salsa. Speed of service has been okay until the end of the meal. And of course, they did give me my chopsticks that I complained about early. I don't know. If you're bringing out sushi, I think chopsticks would be an obvious, but maybe it's just me. As far as in-park restaurants, I'm going to go Confisco's over Mythos.
Really?
Better food, flavor, similar price points. Every time I've been there, some faster service. But yeah, I'd go Confisco's over more pastas. I like pastas.
Yeah, I would.
But there's also a variety. I love the theming in there because it's all of islands, not just one. But mostly, I recommend leaving the parks.
Yes.
To get those foods. But this is definitely an option to check out.
If you have to stay within the two parks, I would put Mythos at the top of the list, and then the list goes down pretty greatly. Like there's a steep decline.
Confisco's, Finnegan's, Mythos.
I've never been impressed with Finnegan's.
Lombards. And when you bring in alcohol into account,
okay.
Finnegan's. So let's do plugs.
Sure.
Where can people find out more about you?
You can find more about me. I'm on Twitter at PWT101. My site is on Twitter at Orlando Informer. We're also on Google+, Instagram now. Instagram is Orlando_Informer. Facebook, you can just search OrlandoInformer.com. And then the website is OrlandoInformer.com.
All right, for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, this has been Gregory on location.
Right, that's going to end another show. So I hope you enjoyed the little news pockets at the beginning there and that little interview with Gregory at Mythos. Definitely go and try Mythos. I love it, and I love the butter.
Yes.
The lavender bread
like
is
the
also
beer.
free and quite
Did
delicious.
you have a beer in there?
I never got a drink.
You got a Coke?
I did.
Yeah, I never got my refill.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
still
true.
waiting for that refill.
Well, you'll have to go back,
that
go back in
waitress.
next time and go, excuse me, can I have my refill now, please? I don't recognise you. I was in here about 18 months ago.
I'll probably give you one.
Probably won't. Right, as I said, that's going to wrap up episode 135. Don't forget to join us again next week for episode 136. But for Tracy, Darren, Hunter, Gregory and Taylor, this has been... Because I can't even be bothered to mention the Producers Club, even though I've put it in the show notes there. If you want to be in the Producers Club, just email us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
You know the drill.
Yeah. And this has been the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Well, that wraps up another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Just search the word UUO Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so if you've seen something hilarious in the parks, let us know for our Funny Schmidt segment. And if you've had a great experience with a team member, we want to hear about that too. So to get in touch with us, email us at podcast@uuopodcast.com or record us a message at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and rate and review the show. That would be amazing. Not an Apple user? No problem. You can find us on Stitcher, at uuopodcast.libsyn.com, as well as many other podcast apps. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Fairy Godmother Travel, for all your Universal vacation needs. Head over to our partner site, micechat.com, for even more theme park news, and check out micepod.com. So until next time, be adventurous.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.